This young man, okay, is a phenomenal person, a person that actually started out as a farmer, just like my dad, okay, and this man here had an opportunity to just get into fencing, and this is the greatest fence expert in the nation dealing with commercial fences, the one with the vast amount, 30 years of experience in commercial fencing. So if y'all see fences put up in different places across the country, commercial fences, this guy probably had a hand in putting that fence up, okay? So I want y'all to give a round of applause for the king of fencing himself, Mr. Wells. have a seat for me right there. Mr. Wells, like, you know, it's funny thing how we even met. I was speaking at Clayton State a couple months ago, and then I was there, and they asked me to come and speak, and we did an event, and then after that I left, and my wife and my daughter was with me, and I was like, they were tired, and I was like, hey, listen, guys, I'm gonna go see my boy Corey, and because he's having an event on real estate, and I just want to go support him in Atlantic Station. So we drove all the way from here to Atlantic Station, and we got out, and I was in there, and Corey was like, oh, we got somebody in the building, JR, come up and speak. And so I was like, okay. So I ended up talking to him about, you know, just various things, real estate. I bought my first piece of real estate when I was 14, so I was able to talk to them about real estate, and I helped train people to become real estate developers. Real estate developers are different than general contractors in that we don't need a license. We just hire the GCs to do the work, okay? And so, but I was teaching on that, and when I was teaching on that, afterwards, a lady, she came up and said, hey, look, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, but she said, but I really want you to talk to my father. He lives in Augusta, and I really want you to speak with him. And so, and she said, I'm gonna set up a meeting. So she set up a meeting, and we had an opportunity to meet, and I was like, man, this guy is amazing. And I said, he's doing some phenomenal work, and can somebody get me a napkin really quick? I think I got something in my eye. But he's doing amazing work, and I just want to let him know, Mr. Wells, why don't you, thank you so much. Why don't you tell everybody about how you got into the business?
Yeah, well, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I grew up in the rural area on a farm, and I started out being a farmer myself. And that kind of played out. A very young man, I bought my first piece of property when I was, I think, 19 years old. My family already had land, but I bought my own farm, about 140 acres farm. And so that probably worked a few years, probably 3-4 years. And farming is a very difficult business. Even back in the day, there was a very narrow profit margin. It's only like 10% profit margin. That was about it. But so you had to love it. And I think I started doing it because of my family. That's what we all did. Well, after that played out, not intentionally. I mean, I had horses too. So there was a lady in town needed some fence for a horse. Well, when you grow up like I did on a farm, you learn to do a little bit of everything.
That's right.
And see, what I do today, I mean, I had no schooling for it. What I started this company as far as actually building the fence, I had no schooling. I just did it because I knew how. But the long story short, this lady needed a fence. Somebody told me about it, and I approached her and did it. Now, I started it, because I'm trying to survive. I just come out of farming, flat broke. I mean, literally, nothing. I can remember prior to that, I read the paper that he was talking about earlier. I read the Augusta Chronicle, talking about people in the city in certain cities were homeless, and I was saying to myself, how could you be homeless? And some of these people were, had degrees and stuff. Well, experiencing that stuff I went through after the situation with the farm, I got an understanding as how that could really happen. So when I started this fence thing, I was just trying to. It was a legal hustle, if I may call it that. I knew how to do it. The person needed it, and I did it. Didn't make any money on the first time. I didn't know how to charge. I didn't know anything about the business part of it. I knew how to do it, but I didn't know how to do it and make money from it. So about 6 months later, the hardware store in town there that we got the materials from to do this first job, a guy come in town looking for somebody to build a fence. Well, they pointed to me. I charged that person twice as what I charged this first one and actually made money. So I got done, took us about 10 days, and I got probably, $700-800 left after I've paid everything and everybody. So man, this is it. So, I guess from that point and I just kept going. And from that point to this, the rest is history. I got a commercial fence company. We do very little residential. I do residential for people I know, friends and stuff like that. But 90% of the stuff we do is some kind of commercial fence all over the southeastern United States. We work Florida, Georgia, of course, and North and South Carolina. A little bit of Alabama every now and then. So, and I got crews, all over the place, and I think, I don't know, I don't have a strategy. If you were to ask me what that is, I don't have one. That it's just natural. I got 8 crews, main crews. We pick up other people as we go along, and any given time, they don't tell them what another put like this. We probably got, and I don't even know about it. We probably got about 8 or 9 jobs going on like right now over the southeast. And early on, I didn't really make any money. I was able to continue to go. I had a cash flow before I was making money. I wasn't. When I get done, I was in Northwest Florida, a big project over there, military base. And when I finished, it was like I was like, wow, I needed to hurry up and go to another job to continue to have some money, because like all the money that I made, it took that to do the job and to stay down there. So through all that, I learned, but it gotten to the point now. It's grown to where it is a profitable company. We do okay now. After all the struggle, we do all right. And so, if one were to ask me for some kind of advice, mine is, if it's your passion, don't quit. Don't care what it is, just don't quit. Just
Amen.
Hang on with both hands, because it'll work for you. And I'm a living testimony to that. It'll work. Just hang in there.
Most definitely, most definitely. That's amazing, guys. Y'all give him a round of applause. And I was just gonna say that people always, it's so funny when I've been in business for 22 years, and it's wild. People I may not see somebody for like 3-4 years. They say, so what are you doing? Helping people start business. Oh, you still doing that? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess because there are people like, oh, I'm doing this today, this is it. And one of the things they say, man, you've been in business for 22 years. I said, yeah. I said, but I was an athlete. And so I played pro ball. I said, I was a running back. And if you don't know anything about running back, I'll score a touchdown. You have a guy like me running into a 350-pound man every down for 4 quarters, for just boom, boom, boom. Every time, stronger, stronger, stronger. And I took that same mentality in business, and I said, the only way that you're gonna stop me is if you knock me slap dab out. And you better hope that I stay out, because as soon as I wake up, I'm coming back again. You know what I'm saying? And so so a lot of times people, the reason I've been successful in business, like Mr. Wells said, I didn't give up, okay? And a lot of you guys have to look at yourself and say, okay, in this microwave society that we live in, people are always thinking that stuff is gonna happen. Oh, I'm 22, I'm not a millionaire, I'm a failure. That's crazy. Looking at the Instagram stuff is crazy. No, that is not the case. You have to put enough time in it. Stay the course. Stay the course. And if you don't know what the heck you're doing, get somebody that can help show you what to do. Okay, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again, expecting different results. Y'all are out here right now trying to figure this stuff out on yourselves. You know, I know X, but you don't really know it, and you need to have somebody that's done it. And this is why it's so important. This is why I started teaching and helping people, because I was like, it's a lot of other stuff I could do, guys. It's a whole lot easier than this, okay? Helping entrepreneurs is hard, okay? You know, having to figure out their businesses, their problems, you know, solving problems for the customers on a consistent basis, that's hard. But, you know, when you get good at it, you're in a league of your own, okay? But if you stay the course, the one thing, this is why I started working with Mr. Wells, because I was like, this guy has 30 years in the game, 30 years. There's a lot of people in here ain't even 30 years old in the room. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is inexperience. And so, you know, that's what I said, it's not a lot of stuff he hasn't experienced, he hasn't seen. And that is valuable. That is valuable. So I just want to say, y'all, don't quit. Don't quit. You know, I want y'all to, you know, give these great entrepreneurs a round of applause. First, give them a round of applause. Now, I want to, Southside Junk, can you give them the website address and let them know how they can get in touch with you?
SouthsideJunkRemoval.com. Southside Junk on Instagram, Facebook, all of that.
And he has great Instagram too. I like his Instagram, and I get on there. He has some funny stuff, and y'all can see, you know, it's kind of relaxing too when you watch them take the junk, and it's just a bunch of junk, and then it's all cleaned up. You sit there and watch it. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. But great. But SouthsideJunkRemoval.com.
Yeah, and we got business cards right at our table right there. So.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you. Mr. Wells, can you tell everybody how they can reach you?
Well, you can go on the website. I think you've got that fixed too, I
Yeah,
think.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But my website is southeastcommercialfence.com. You can check us out there. And again, I say, you know, most of the stuff we do is commercial, but you know, that doesn't mean that I won't do residential. I mean, really, it's kind of depends. But I like for it. Just check us out. See where we're at.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, y'all give these great entrepreneurs a round of applause. Thank you so much. Amen.